Why do college rankings miss true undergraduate teaching quality? Imagine trying to judge how good a restaurant is just by looking at its decor or how fancy the menu is. You might miss out on the most important part, which is how good the food actually tastes. That's similar to how college rankings work. They often focus on things like how many students get high test scores, how much money the school raises, or how selective they are. But these things don't tell you how well students actually learn from their teachers or how engaging the classes are. Most rankings look at numbers that show how competitive the school is to get into. For example, they consider the average SAT or ACT scores of admitted students. Schools that admit students with higher scores tend to rank higher. But that doesn't mean the teachers are better or that students are learning more. It just shows that the school is good at choosing students who already do well on tests. Another reason is that students who get into selective colleges often start with a strong academic background. When they graduate, their success might be more about their own abilities than how good the college's teaching was. So, if you compare students' knowledge when they start and when they finish, some schools don't show much improvement. That means the college might not be adding as much value as the numbers suggest. Rankings also don't usually measure how good teachers are in the classroom. They might look at how many faculty members have advanced degrees or how much research they publish. But those things don't always mean they teach better or connect well with students. Good teaching is about how students feel about their classes, how much they learn, and how involved they are. These are harder to measure and often ignored in rankings. Some colleges try to make themselves look better by focusing on what the rankings reward. They might spend more on fancy facilities or recruit only top students, instead of investing in better teaching or smaller class sizes. This can make their numbers look good, but it doesn't necessarily mean students are getting a better education. Lastly, some assessments try to see how much students grow in critical thinking or problem solving. But these tests often depend on how students started out. If students come in with high test scores, it's hard to tell how much the college helped them improve. So, the real teaching quality isn't always clear from the numbers. When researching colleges, it's good to remember that test scores and rankings are just part of the picture. To really understand how good the teaching is, look at things like class sizes, how accessible professors are, teaching awards, or student reviews. These details can give you a better idea of what your experience might be like beyond what the numbers show.